Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yay! We're here, we're live, we're back at our normal time. It threw me completely last night when we weren't at our normal time. So have we got anyone on? Is there anyone there watching us? Let's see. Hi, Willie McCluskey. Hiya, Mary. Hiya, Ian. Mary, I found a video today and it's of Crumlin Young Loyalists. And it's Crumlin Young Loyalists from 1987-ish, right? And then Roy says, no, that's the wrong one, because I was all excited. Roy says, no, that's the wrong one. It's actually Crumlin Young Loyalist Old Boys you want. But the thing about it is that Crumlin Young Loyalist Old Boys today would have been the Crumlin Young Loyalists in 1988. So will that one do? Will that one keep you happy? Hi to Billy Belfast. Hi to Robert Moffat. Hi, Carl. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Robert. You're in line for the burger behind Judith. Good evening, Susan. Hiya, Robert Geddes. Hiya, Stanley Brannigan. Scott Clark. Welcome, everyone. Hiya, Muriel. I have to keep mother happy. Hiya, Alistair. Hiya, Aunt. Right, okay. We will get straight into the music. So, as always, we are going to start. Do you like my headdress tonight? I'm the Queen tonight. She lumped me this for the occasion. So we're going to go straight into the parades tonight. We should have been in two places. We should have been in Bushmills for the Hannah Memorial, and we should have been in East Belfast, of course, for China to fill his pockets and to make East Belfast Protestant boys a lot of money. Unfortunately, we're not. It's just not the same, but we're going to do a small token towards the two bands and play our first two tunes for them. So the first one is Hannah Memorial at their own parade away back in 2015. So I swap Roy. My goodness, you just can't, you can't get the staff these days. You just really can't get the staff. I mean, the quality is... And to give him 2 seconds. So let's see who else we have on along. Tony Miller, hi, is Oma at Ballykeel on tonight? No, Oma is not on tonight. Did we not have Oma on last night? We did. We had Oma on last night. So it'll be a night or two just yet. Amy and Dee is watching in Coke. Hiya, Amy. And hello, Denise. You're there too. Robert Dixon, hi, could you please say hello to the McCartneys listening in Antrim? Thanks, Bobby. Hello, everyone. David Spears, just in case you're a listen tonight, Stephen Carson sent you a link to this, so make sure you're watching. Has everyone got their refreshments? I'm ready. Show us the bands, Valerie, says Eddie. Say hi to Blairs and Lily of the Valley Accordion bands. Hi, Kevin in Broxburn. Hiya, Jeff Burtney. Evening, Morris. Oh my goodness, you are all on tonight. Well, are we ready to go, Roy? I got a big thumbs up from Roy. So we're going to try this times two. If he doesn't get it this time, we'll give him a written warning, I think. This is Hannah Memorial at their own parade in 2015. And of course, we should have been in Bushmills for their parade tonight. But instead, we're just going to have to watch them on the virtual parade. So let's roll the tape, Roy. So Scott, the subtitles are back again tonight. I did. Do you know something? As we were just putting on the feeder, you know, like the tune at the beginning, before we actually started, I sent Roy messages. Please remove the subtitles. Obviously not. Hi, Davy Simple in Macrofelt, Joy in Kilkeel. Hiya, Brian. Yes, some great brass bands for you tonight. Hi, Jennifer and Cozies. David Whitten from Scotland. Say hi to Robert Lamont and Andy and Audrey McBain. Hi, everyone. And hello from Glasgow. That is William Bell. My goodness, so many. China wants to know what I have in my head. Well, China, you where were you yesterday, young man? Where were you? We had South Belfast, East Belfast Protestant Boys on specially for you, and I wore my my bill as well. So I wanted to change outfits. So tonight, of course, we should have been in East Belfast, Megan China and the team up there, lots and lots of money. And I mean, it's something we have to consider for the bands. Like the bands are really, most of the bands, their parade was their only income of the year. So we do have to remember that. And if you see a band having any fundraisers during the next couple of months or during the winter, if you can, please afford even just £1 or whatever, just give them something towards it, because you know, like everyone's going to have to make up for those parades that we are not having this year, which is horrible. But Lisa chose this clip specially for you. Whenever she said that it was your parade this evening, or it should have been your parade this evening, she said there's one clip I have to have on East Belfast Protestant Boys. So this is Lisa's choice. I think it's a very good one. This is Midnight Mile, and it's being played by East Belfast Protestant Boys in 2017. Brilliant choice of clip there, Lisa. It just is almost like a a wall of sound coming at whoever's taking the video. I'm not sure who's doing that one. It's Lisa's taking the video herself, but it's just a wall of sound just coming towards the video. It's absolutely super. Well done there. So those are the two parades we should have been at this evening. William Hanna's in Bushmills, and also the Hannah Memorial, obviously, and also the East Belfast Protestant Boys. But listen, next year is going to be even bigger and better as long as we're all safe and we're together. I've seen the number of bands who are meeting up to play tunes increasing. Please don't do it. Please stay safe. Please stop encouraging other bands to do it. You may be taking social distancing measures, but they might not. And we can't control the spectators. And we need all our spectators to be safe and well and alive for us for next year. And I saw bands with plans to, you know, form up on the 12th day. Oh, crazy, 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 crazy. Anyway, now, few messages. Amanda, I haven't forgotten. Jimmy Morgan, hi in Great Yarmouth. Reggie Moore is watching from Newton Aycliffe. He is originally from Newton Stewart. So if anybody from Newton Stewart is watching, give a big shout out to Reggie Moore there. I am also to give some birthday shout outs. So first of all, do you want me to sing? I could sing it. To Adam Dunbar of Donaghadee Fifes and Drums. You are 13 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Adam. I hope you're enjoying the bands, and it'll not be long before you get back out with them again. Also, Davy Barry, the big drummer, or the bass drummer, the big drummer, of County Flute Band. It is your birthday as well, and that is best wishes from all of the county family. And two in Lisburn Young Defenders. They had one yesterday and two today. Naomi Orr and Robert Geddes Jr. My goodness, I'm going to have to start singing this happy birthday. Me singing is not what you want to do. So let's have a little bit of music for everyone. Every morning had asked for the band in coming through the mic, we'll get you all. Happy birthday play to you. Also, Lisa and her fiance Chris's birthdays both on Monday, and they are both the same age on Monday. That was good planning, Lisa. That means you could buy Chris a present, but you also get a present from Chris at the same time. Well done. Good shooting there. Okay, let's get some music. Eddie had asked for this next band. He said they're their best band in Donaghadee. I don't know. And Abigail Oates had also asked for them. This is Harbour Star Accordion, and they're playing in this clip at the Parkinson Accordion Indoor in 2020. So that must have been the beginning of the year. And in this clip, they are playing Penny Arcade. So let's hear you all singing along. Neil, who took that video, says that the young girl on the tambourine was absolutely brilliant the whole night. Joshua Morris is just back from watching Brunswick Accordion's just released merged video. I don't know what you call it. It's collaboration. It's all recorded on phones and then put together. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it. Joshua, is it good? I have purposely, Lisa has been frantically working away in the background, and it is on the list for later in the program, so I get to see it. I haven't seen it yet, and I cannot wait. Mary Sloan, tell you what, you find me a YouTube clip. Please try and get a full tune, but you find me a YouTube clip, and we will put it in on the 12th day. Hi to Richard Macy Macefield in Leicester in the UK, and Glenn Galloway Samuels, who is in Norfolk. Welcome to our wonderful, talented bands in Northern Ireland. We have some of the best musicians in the world, and we are only so delighted that you are here joining us to watch them. So where are we happening to go now? Mary Sloan says the wee girl at the back is brilliant, and Denise says she's just wanting to party. She really is. She just needs to be crying like mine, and she's sorted. Now, we're going to go to Scotland, and we have got Pride of the Grange volunteers. Craig Cunningham had requested this. And this is actually, I always thought this was a great idea. I saw a couple of bands doing it. Pride of the Main were one of the bands that I saw doing it. And it's a banneret cam. So it's one of the camcorders in the top of the banneret. So it's always facing down through the bands. And particularly when bands are going through, like a protest or something like that. I thought it was always a really good thing to protect the bands, so that they had their own video evidence as well. But this is a banneret cam, I suppose I can name it that, for Pride of the Grange volunteers. And this is them in 2017. But this is a banneret cam. It's really nice, good view, isn't it? I like that idea. I don't know that bands have done it recently. Morris is asking what were the names of the bands in our quiz. So my fault. I have been really bad. I was so busy during the week that I never got to do the draw to see who'd won it and to announce it. So I will promise I will put up the answers after this after the show tonight and tell you who won the CD, and then we'll get another one going for next week. Okay, who all have we got? Johnny McClements was asking, is it too late do we have any room left for the 12th day? Absolutely, we have plenty of room left. I said that however many clips that you sent in, I would play them, even if it's 1 hour, if it's 4 hours, then that's what we'll do. It's the first way we could think of for coping with the 12th day. So do send us, if you don't want to see your band on the 12th day on the show, then you need to send us the clip that you want to see. Now, please do make it a full clip. I've seen a couple coming in that aren't actually full clips of tunes, you know, because it doesn't really work for anyone else watching it if it's only like half a tune or anything like that there. So make sure it's a nice full clip. So if you want to see your band, if they're not on the 12th day, you have nobody to blame but yourself, okay? So send us your clips, all right? Send them in private message. There is a thread on the form. I'll pin it to the top so everyone can see it. But, you know, it's up to you. Absolutely up to you. So Bill Daly says there are some good bands on tonight. There certainly are, and there's plenty more to come, Billy. Jim Stout says hello from Donaghadeen. That's from himself and Mandy. And who else have we got on there? Oh, I've gone out of the screen there. That wasn't very clever, Valerie, at all. So let's go this time to a little bit of melody bands. This is Ballylesson playing a wonderful version of the Can, just for something a wee bit different. And this is them playing at the Shankill Road Defenders Melody Contest in 2015. It's superb. Brilliant there from Ballylesson, conducted, as Ian tells me, by the wonderful Alex Abbott. I was doing a little bit of conducting here at the house as well, just as well. Nobody was trying to follow me. Now, where are we going to go next? So this band, Lisa tells me, had their 10th anniversary parade last year. And the tune that they're playing, well, I know it is every other Saturday is my half day off, so it's off to the match we go. I think, well, I mean, that's what I know it as. Whether the band calls it something different or not, I'm not sure. But this is, I've missed one. Oh, so I have. And what a one to miss. What a one to miss. So I got a message earlier in the week. Actually, last week. She's on the ball. She is absolutely on the ball. So I got a message. Let me just get to it here. Just find it. I got a message from Amanda Baird, who said, could you wish my daddy, Eddie Baird, a happy birthday on the 9th of May? He watches you every week. Eddie, you're a glutton for punishment. Both nights. And could you play a lovely wee tune for him? He's in Ballycraigie, Old Boys, and plays the flute. She would really appreciate it. It's from the daughters, Carl, Amanda, and Jack, and Lucy, his grandkids. So, Eddie, especially for you, we have Lambegs. Especially for you, and even better, we have a clip of Lambegs with the wonderful Wally Hill playing in it as well. Really big proponent of the Lambegs and teaches it in the school and everything. And there's a young girl playing with him as well. Whether it's his one of his pupils or not, I don't know. So happy birthday, Eddie, and I really hope you enjoy these Lambegs. Happy birthday, Eddie. Hope you enjoyed your Lambegs. And thanks, Amanda, for getting in touch so we could do that there. Ian Todd has said, Valerie, when you're playing William Sterrett Memorial, been asking for the first show, I had William Sterrett lined up. Now, whether I had them on the list for tonight or were they on last night, I can't remember. But they were I definitely was working on a clip of them recently. So they are shortly. It'll probably be on next Friday night because I've definitely been working on a clip of them recently. Absolutely have. God love that wee girl. How is she standing? Never mind playing that. I'd be lying beneath the thing, for God's sake. Who? Joy Cullen. It's Joy Cullen. Is Joy watching? And she told us that in the comments. Oh, brilliant. Tell her she's doing fantastic. Keep it up. Girl power. What was I going to say? They my head has been diverted by all this information. I many years ago went to a Lambeg drumming contest, which they have, I think, most Saturdays in various different places around the country. Same idea as the pipes. And I went to one in Market Hill with my dad, and it is, oh my good God, if you don't like Lambegs, do not go. It is just about 200 Lambegs all playing at the same time. But what I didn't know is they judge the Lambegs. Now, they don't judge the Lambegs on what the people are playing. They judge it on the sound of the drum, that is the tightness of the skin and the evenness of the tone and the evenness of the two sides of the drum and everything, which I didn't know. So hopefully you didn't know. And I've told you, if you learnt something today, that's good. That's good. But they'll stand in the middle and they'll stand out inside. It's the weirdest. I wondered what on earth they were at until someone told me that this is what they were doing. Oh, that's many years ago. So now we're going to get to every other Saturday is my half day off. This is South Belfast Protestant Boys, who, as Lisa was telling me earlier, had a 10th anniversary parade last year. She says they don't normally have a parade, but last year they had one for the 10th anniversary. So this is them. And if you know the words, sing along. Great there from South Belfast. I always worry whenever I see the cars going so close towards the band. Yasmin, I suppose it depends what way you're saying it, is now also a drummer in Pride of Ballyrand. Go you, girl. And you see when you get to about 15 and 16 and you start looking at them idiots who are boys, just stay away from them. Stay in bands. Don't ever leave a band for any guy. Brilliant job for you. And then the downside is, I knew there would have to be a negative to you somewhere. Your cousin of Joshua Morris. I'm sorry, Pat. You know, like, but there's nothing you can do about that. You know, we all have our negative points, but you know, like, I'm only joking, Josh. I'm only joking. Well done, you. Keep it up and absolutely keep in with the bands. Best thing you'll ever do is stay with the bands. Now, where are we going to now? We are going to a part music flip band. Oh, these are two cracking tunes. This is Carland Flute Band, and they are playing at Church Hill's contest. This was 2 years ago, from 2018. They're playing two tunes, one after the other, obviously, Minstrel Boy, and then a tune called Toss the Feathers. I think you're going to enjoy this one. Brilliant. Did you enjoy that one? I thought you would. Thought you would really enjoy that one. Beautiful playing in the slow pieces, and then very, very skillful playing in the jig towards the end. Really good. Now, I also was contacted by Amanda, and Amanda said, "Hi Val, we always watch your band parades on the Friday and Saturday nights, and we love them." I had messaged you in live looking for the Eden Defenders from Plumbridge, and the band was started a few years ago by my husband Paul after the lodge had no band to take them on the 12th day for a few years. He pulled together the flute band with members that had been in other bands and retired. However, a lot went back to Newton Stewart Red Hand Defenders for their 40th anniversary, and they're the Old Boys band. And 2 years ago, Paul got together, lodged men and children, and started to practice. And they did their first parades last year with over 80% of a band that had never lifted a flute or drum before and put a band out. That is brilliant. It is a massive achievement for a small country band. And listen, well done to you, Paul. Absolutely fantastic. Only too delighted to play a clip. This is the Eden Defenders Flute Band. So when you see them out, bear in mind that they are all 80% new to this carry-on, and that is fantastic to see. And I am really hoping that with this time out that we're enforced to have from parading and from bands, that everyone really does appreciate exactly what they have in bands. And if you are not in a band and you are missing them, get joining. Get joining. Contact your local band, get the flute notes, get a flute from them, sterilize it, whatever you feel you need to do with it, but get learning now so that when the bands are back at the beginning of this next year, or whenever they are, hopefully this year, but not looking likely, but when they are ready to go next year, that you are ready to go and get out of the road to see and experience the most fantastic hobby that you could possibly have. So this is Eden Defenders. This is them playing at Downshire's Guiding Stars Parade under the bridge in 2019. Lisa had left me a note, ends really sharply. Or maybe it was you, Roy, left a note, ends really sharply. So I was ready for that one. But brilliant job. And it just goes to show you, Carol Porter says there, she saw them last year and thought they were absolutely brilliant. So well done to you all and keep at it. The only way is up. You always get better. Sometimes you get a wee kick in the teeth, but I always say that bands go through kind of like a cycle. Sometimes they're in the up, and then for every 5 or 6 up years, you maybe have a down year. And it's the natural evolution of bands. I've seen it for too many years, and it will always continue in that way. And as long as we keep having those up ones, we can stick a down one every so often. It just keeps you active and keeps you on your toes and gets you back recruiting in new blood. Now, John China says, thanks for highlighting our parade. We have a given page. Now, China is the biggest wind-up merchant in the country, and I never know whether to take him seriously or not. So they could have a just giving page, or he could be completely winding me. I don't know. I really don't know. But when you do see any band having raffles, selling tickets, whatever they may be this year, because it takes a lot of money to keep a band going. And as I said, sometimes the parade is the only method of income that a band has an entire year. Now, we haven't had any brass. So without further ado, we're going to remedy that one. This is a fantastic brass band. I saw clips of them one year at the Shankill Road Defenders contest, and it is CWA Brass, and they are playing a wonderful march, Death or Glory. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Brian says his brother said he wouldn't like playing up Liz below with that speed. Super speed, wasn't it? Really, really good. That's a nice, lively tempo for a speed or for a march. Absolutely. John says that he doesn't want to hear the collection boxes rattle. So in other words, notes only, folks. And Eddie Linus said to him, well, what about a check? So China is taking anything at all, even hugs. So next time you see China, you go and you give him a big hug. China will have all these strange men and women coming up to him for the next 6 months, hugging him. That would be so funny. That would be really funny. Right, let's all do this. When the parades are back and we see China out, hug him. Whether you know him or not, just hug him. Now, if he decks you, that is not my fault. Nothing to do with me at all. Now, where are we going to? China says he's not fussy. if you're going to take a hug for Eddie Linus, you're definitely not fussy, China. Now, Paul Gilmore asked for this band a couple of weeks ago. So please do keep your comments coming and your bands coming, because I've seen a couple of bands actually that I know definitely aren't on the list. But do keep putting them in the comments, because we do review all of the comments. And if I haven't got a band on the list, then I put it on the list and then we just work our way around to it. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we are trying to show you bands that you've never seen before. And we're trying not to repeat bands too often. And then every couple of weeks, what I'll have is a big repeat night where I feature bands that we've done before, purely because everybody's asking for them. Usually East Belfast Protestant Boys, let's face it. Or Ballymena Protestant Boys is the other one, Scott, isn't it? So Paul Gilmore asked for this one a couple of weeks ago, and just we're really getting around to it now. And this is Red Hand Defenders Portadown playing at Gold Springs True Defenders Parade in 2017. So 3 years ago. Seems like yesterday. Really lovely playing there from Red Hand Defenders. Now, I was watching a really old clip earlier on today, and we'll definitely have to feature it whenever we do another bands that are no longer with us type night, or just old videos. It's from about the late 80s, early 90s. We reckon it's around 87, and it was some of the bands in here. I know. I mean, I was on parade in that video, so I know I definitely was parading and about bands, but I just forgot about these bands. So there was Tully Accordion, who I never remember knowing anything about. Down Protestant Boys from Lisburn. Who else was there? Well, Nelson Drive. I remember Nelson Drive. Rising Sons of Leggy from St. Field. Who remembers those guys? I forgot about them. Stars and Stripes, True Blues from Lisburn. Murray Memorial Antrim, who I do remember. And then there was East Antrim Volunteers from Rathcoole. Pride of Shanagran from Kate's Knightsbridge. It was kind of hard to read the big drop. You had Crimson Star from Newton Breda. Glenvarna Young Conkers, and well, I'd heard of this, but I remembered the name. The David Gracie Memorial from Ballyclare. White Abbey Protestant Boys. Pride of Queensway. Sons of Ulster Mausley, all bands that are no longer with us, sadly. But it was lovely to see them again, and sort of like they totally some of them I don't even remember knowing about, but that was what, 1987? How many years is that? 20, 23, 23 years? 33? Just not. No way. No way. I'm not that old. It's not 30. My goodness. My maths were nearly as good as my geography at school. Right. We need a little bit of the pipes. Muriel Bloomer requested Hollymount Pipe Band. Now, I will hands up. I do not have never heard of this pipe band before, but she requested Hollymount, so we found a clip. This is them. So it shows you what I know. This is them at their 100th anniversary concert. So they might have been around a year or two, but this is a brilliant clip. And just watch the kids in the front. There's one wee toot. She's just so tiny, and she's drumming away there for all she's worth. Absolutely brilliant. Love this clip. So Muriel, great shout. I apologize. I've never heard of them before, but I definitely know of them now. This is the Hollymount Pipe Band. I can't believe they're 100 years old and I didn't even know about them. That's terrible. The wee tote is Muriel's niece, Megan. her dad, which is Muriel's brother, and two sisters, Christy and Ashley, are also in the band. Ashley drums and Christy does drum major and is learning the pipes. That's brilliant. I just love to see kids joining the bands. It really just does your heart good. Unfortunately, my young boy is at that teenage age where, you know, he's going through that whole, there's nobody in his class are in a band. I couldn't believe it because I was arguing about, you know, you should be in a band. It's the best thing you can ever do. And I was saying, you know, like, how many's in your class? And he was like, 22, 23. And I said, well, how many of them are in bands? And he went, none at all. The class of 23. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Loving watching through old clips and all that there, looking for bands. So we're definitely going to have another old band nights. And of course, we have our Gordon Corbett collection, which I need to get through and get converted and get up onto YouTube. So I have been prepping. Look, you know, to see here, see if you can see it. So in here is my video recorder and DV player and my laptop and all set up, ready to start converting. And I am so looking forward to sharing those with you. Yes, Gavin, that's exactly the one that I was watching, the Pride of the Main Old Parade from the 90s. Well, we figured out today, based on Dunloy Band and the age of the people in it, that it was from 1987. So we know that's the year it was. So it was, yeah, so many years ago. I was only an infant. I must have been in the triangle at that stage. If it was 33 years ago, I must have just been in the triangle, maybe been pushed in a pram behind them, possibly. Oh, Roy has just burst out laughing there. Where are we going to go now? We are for Moygashel Sons of Ulster, who actually were on that week clip earlier on. Yes, they were indeed. This is for Andy Davidson, who had requested Moygashel, and this is them at the Downshire Guiding Star Parade in 2018. Great there from Moygashel Sons of Ulster. Going back to the Hollymount clip, if anybody could watch it on the repeat later on whenever it's posted again and tell me what the hymn is, because I don't know what the hymn is and it was annoying me. I know the hymn, but could I get a name of it? So I ended up phoning my mum and then putting the headphone to the mobile phone to play it to her and go, what is this hymn? What's the name of this hymn? And then she couldn't remember either. So we were both stumped and it's annoying both of us. So if anyone could tell us the name of what that first hymn was, that would be much appreciated. Now, the next clip, and what I'm trying to do is I am trying to show you bands that you have maybe never seen before because they're from different parts of the country. They maybe don't travel very much, just do local parades. So that's what we're trying to do in this show. And I have to say, there's some of the bands I have not seen before, which is great for me as well. And every time I'm looking for videos, if I see a name of a band who I haven't played or I know isn't on my list, I'm also adding them to the list. And there's loads. I thought I kind of knew the accordion scene, but there is loads of accordion bands that I have got on my list, so they are now on my list. This one I did know of because they're relatively local. This is Bushside Accordion. The only clip that I could get of them that was a full tune is unfortunately from a small Sunday parade in 2019. So they're not very big in numbers. It's a Sunday, obviously, it's harder to get people out on a Sunday, unfortunately. But the larger clips, the band, the larger numbers, just weren't a full tune. There's some great clips, but they just weren't the full tune. So this is them playing a hymn, and the hymn is Power in the Blood, and this is Bushside Accordion Band. Small in numbers, but still really good, strong playing. Normally they have twice that number on parade, but I couldn't get a full clip. And Robert says that most of us aren't the full tune. Well, having gone by the comments on over the past 8 weeks, I would totally agree. You're definitely not the full tune. James says tune is I Am Thine, O Lord. I thought it was Power in the Blood. Could be both. Oh, the pipe tuner you mean in James Johnson? Is that I Am Thine, O Lord? Though sometimes, of course, hymns have the same tune just for different hymns, but we'll not worry about it too much. We'll not fall out over the heads of it, James. How's that? Now, Joshua had comment there saying that he was lucky when he was at Keele High School. He was surrounded by bandsmen in his year. There were 6 boys from his year alone in Pride of the Ballon ran with him when he was at school. And all the Mourne district bands still to this day have members in high school. You see, when I was at school, there was loads of ones at my school who were in bands as well. And it was grammar school, thank you very much. Very surprising for it to be a grammar school and have lots of people in flute bands and accordion bands. But he's in a band he's in school at Bushmills, and unfortunately the flute band within Bushmills, which would naturally attract those teenage boys, they're sort of struggling. They're still trying to keep going. So there's a right recruiting ground there, that the school, but the difficulty, of course, is getting into the schools, because particularly state-maintained schools just don't want anything to do with bands. They think it's bad. I mean, it's free music lessons for kids. I just do not understand it. Don't understand it at all. So, Ronnie Hindman, you had requested this next band just on the live. I saw it coming up and I laughed to myself and I thought, stay tuned, Ronnie, stay tuned. So this one I'll dedicate to you. Now, this is just a mobile phone clip. It is the band in civvies, but it is them on the 11th night heading towards their bonfire. So this is the Sergeant Lindsay Mooney flute band on the 11th night. And I picked it because I love this tune. They're playing the Ducks of Macrelin. Do you know what would make that clip perfect? You see when it comes to that line, they just need the big drum to just, you know, go crazy like that. I was demonstrating here at home with 2 pens. Keith says, as long as we're not the full Monty. Well, my heavens. Oh, dear, dear, dear. That is a scary, scary thought there. Now, let's move on quickly. We'll not stay in that subject any longer. Brilliant set here. This was one of the newsletter festivals and marching bands. This is from 2015. And it is a set of American Civil War tunes. Fantastic. And you actually hear the crowd, the reaction of them when they get to one of the tunes that, you know, it's one of those from, it's, you know, whip crack away. That's the only bit I can think of the words for it. You'll recognize it whenever you hear it. This is Ballylesson Old Boys and their selection of American Civil War tunes. Wasn't that brilliant? I think someone counted there, said there about, you know, that's a powerful wee band. I think there's 7 fluters on the stage there. There's no passengers, that's for sure. They're all full blowers. There's no doubt about that there. And I mean, that is the, you know, the Ulster Hall. There's over 1,000 people in there, and they are filling the Ulster Hall with no difficulty and sound. Absolutely brilliant. Calamity Jane, Deadwood Stage. That's it. That's it. The Deadwood Stage is coming on over the hill. Yes. The only bit I could remember was whoop, crack away, whoop, crack away. Of course, they started off with the Yellow Rose of Texas, which we would know also as the music for the Union Cruiser. Speaking on the subject of loyalist related tunes, keeping on the theme of Union Cruiser, the next band are playing The Fields of Ulster, a great favourite of mine. And unfortunately, my good friend who used to sing this one all the time is no longer with us. He has passed away and really do miss him. So this is Lambeg, Orange and Blue, playing, as I said, Fields of Ulster. Brilliant from Lambeg, Orange and Blue there. Really, really well played. I'd say that's one of the nights. Now, fluters will know what I'm talking about here. There's some nights that the sound just carries really, really well. And there's other nights the sound can be quite dead. I suppose it's to do with air pressure and all that kind of stuff. And based on the sound coming through that video, I would imagine that's one of those really good nights, even though it's kind of wet and damp. But sometimes that's the way it goes. Now, where are we at for time? How much more time have we got? We have so many good tunes to play. 9:15. Where has an hour and 15 minutes gone? 45 minutes. I can't even count. Told you my maths wasn't good. Right. We have got brass bands still to play. We've got accordion bands still to play. And we have part music bands still to play. We have so many good tunes still to come. So stay tuned. Absolutely stay tuned. So let's quickly move into the next band. This is Castlegore, part music flute band. And this is them playing the Secret March Melrose at the First World War Centenary Parade in Ballymena in 2014. Castlegore Amateur Flute Band. Absolutely brilliant. I was actually looking from Ballymena. Carl was asking where they're from, and Josh answered. But they're from Ballymena, and I was looking for them. I think they still do contests. I was looking for a clip of them contesting because I know they're really, really good on the stage. But I found that one. I thought that's really nice because sometimes you don't see the part music bands parading just as often as you would the rest of the bands. Now, where are we going next? We are going to go to Crimson Star Cumber. This band was asked for by William Scott and Darn the German Shaw. And this is them at Pride of Ballybeans Parade in last year. Right, I'm going to have to call a halt to this right now. This going for the burger van at this point in time in a parade. All the bands haven't paraded yet. You need to wait till all the bands have played. That's very, very rude. And then once you got to the burger van, can I have a Hawaiian burger with corn relish, please? Thank you. Michelle says Castlegore isn't Ballymena. It's out in the hills way up beyond Murfields on the road to Larne. Michelle, darling. You know that, and I know that, but like Ballymena is just easier to say, isn't it? Really? That's not confusing. Oh, fantastic clip next. This was actually released last night for VE Day. I didn't see it until after our show. Royce, what's going on with our screen now? We have comments coming up the side now. Oh dear Lord.
The comments at the side are for the YouTube viewers who aren't on Facebook and can't see the Facebook comments. So whenever you're on screen talking about comments, people on YouTube haven't got a clue. Now they can see the comments on YouTube as well.
Well, excuse me. Dear. Oh, well. It's beyond me. Completely over my head. Right, now. Brilliant clip. Saw this last night after our show, and I was like, oh, VD, no, definitely. We have to include it today. It's played in our silver band section. The two dogs are going nuts here. It's played in our silver band section, and I think it counts. This is the Royal Irish Regiment playing A Path to Peace, and that is their musical tribute from the band, pipes and drums of the Royal Irish Regiment on the 75th anniversary of D-Day. 75th anniversary of VE Day, not D-Day, VE Day. This is superb. brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love that piece of music. And if you noticed it, just about halfway through, you would have heard little frames of the start of Callaloo, you know, that da 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 da. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Written by Alex Knox, who also created Men of Morn for Brunswick Accordion. Superb composer, absolutely fantastic. Now, oh, calm down after that there, because it was brilliant. We're going to Pride of Knockmore's parade in 2018 now, and Matthew Wallace had said, was there any chance of some Lisburn bands, example Lisburn Fusiliers? So this is for you, Matthew, and this is them, as I say, in 2018 at Pride of Knockmore's parade. Sorry, my dogs were looking pet at there, so I was petting my dogs in the middle of that because they were going nuts. The minute they hear the bands, they go nuts. They just love the bands. I have two bigoted dogs, but when they're named Craig and Carson, you sort of kind of expect them to be into bands, don't you really? Robin McConnell, you requested this next band. Tell me, somebody keep me right here. Did Albertbridge Accordion, oh goodness, used to have big plumes in the, they're going nuts here, big plumes in the front of their peaks of their hats? If so, I can remember these guys parading Coleraine. But this is them on the East Belfast Sun Parade in 2013, and they are playing Our Director. Brian Emerson says, another great silver band march adopted. Well, really, Brian, what you mean is the accordions heard that the brass were in the silver were sort of making a pig's ear of it, and they decided to adopt it and make it sound good. That's what you really mean, isn't it? Right, it's 1:30. We should be stopping, but I've got 3 more bands to play. So these are our late arrivers. Don't be going to the chip van until these 3 bands have played. I think you'll think they're worth it anyway. This is from Scotland, the Stirling Protestant Boys, and this is them last year. I don't know exactly where, but it's them on parade last year, and this was asked for by Jason Ford, who requested this band. Now, one of the tunes that they're playing through this is Star of Robbie Burns. It's a wee bit funny timing of it, but it works. It does the job. So this is Stirling Protestant Boys. Just watching the wee guy on the back row there, and the strut he has. I mean, it's brilliant. He's just so cocky and so confident, just striding down there. I'm guessing that's maybe his dad beside him, because they walk the same. They just have that, wriggle bearing. Really, really good. Who was asking? Yes, Robert was asking, he follows the Govan bands whenever he is in Glasgow, and do we have any footage of them in Ireland? Well, yes, we do. We do cover Scottish bands in Scotland as well. And what we are going to do, Robert is quite right in saying that Keith is quite right in saying that we're going to have an all Scottish night. What we're actually going to do is on the 4th of July, because it would be part of the Scottish 12th. I know that all of them that there's some on different weekends and stuff like that there, but we're going to use the 4th of July for our Scottish 12th night, and we're just going to do nothing but Scottish bands. So it'll educate me as well as everybody else, because a lot of the Scottish bands I won't have seen before. So if you have any suggestions for the Scottish 12th parade, then get them online. And then, of course, on the 11th night, the following weekend, we're going to have some kind of sash bash or something like that there. And then the 12th day, we have your requests for the 12th day. That's going to make up our 12th parade. Now, Let's go to Portadown. So we have played Portadown Defenders. So now we need to play Portadown True Blues just to keep everything fair. This clip just makes me smile because a good friend of mine, Sam Hill, is, as we're looking at them, he is in the front right hand side of the drummers, and just watch him. He's just loving it. Absolutely loving it. So this is Portadown True Blues at their own parade. I believe it was their anniversary parade in 2019. It just makes me laugh. He needs an extension to his arms. Just makes me laugh. So we have come to the last tune of our evening. I am breaking all my own rules. I am repeating a band, and I do apologize for it, but it's this is so exciting for me. I haven't seen this clip yet. Okay, so Brunswick Accordion have produced one of the Zoom accordions or Zoom compilations, combines, whatever you call them. And it was only released this evening at 8 p.m. And I haven't seen it yet, and I am dying to get seeing it. I can't wait. So I'm going to get seeing it live at the same time as all of you guys are going to get seeing it. You're lucky this is the last tune of our program this evening, or else it might be in repeat 2 or 3 times. I get digesting it and watching it all. But thank you all for once again staying with me and sticking right through to the end. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've seen at least one band that you've maybe never seen before, and have loved the whole show this evening. I really enjoyed it. I just think our bands are wonderful. There's not really much more you can say than that. They are so talented. They do not get the credit that they deserve. The work and the dedication and the time and the effort and the personal money that they put into the bands is just amazing. But join me again next week, Friday night at 8 o'clock. I don't think we've anything special planned, so it's just going to be a normal night. We'll get some new bands. I will, of course, always go through your comments, pick up bands that you're requesting that I maybe haven't played before, and get them in, and still record your request if I have played them before, because we will cycle around to them again. I think we're running around the 360, 370 different bands that we've played over the 8 weeks that we've been going. So we're going to finish tonight. And Roy, there should be no clips of me whatsoever, okay? No video extracts of me watching this video. So this is Brunswick Accordion Band playing the wonderful March Arnhem. See you next week, folks.
when England's glorious sun in 1688 was overcast with treason's cloud and popery stood elate, that up arose her Protestants, the peasant and the peer, and vowed the chain of perjure James that they would not dainty wear. They sought them out a prudent chief to guide their heart and zeal, to lead them on that victory might bless their flashing steel. And who so fit to guide that host in all its bright array as William, Prince of Orange, ere he landed at Torbay. Then up arose the mighty chief and left his native shore, and rode upon the stormy waves our freedom to restore. Upon his flag was blazoned forth, high fluttering o'er the main, that our religion and our laws he ever would maintain. 'Twas then in gallant style he stood upon the vessel's prow, with victory on his flashing sword and wisdom on his brow. And tens of thousands greeted him upon his natal day, when he, our glorious Orange chief, first landed at Torbay. Come, brethren of the Orange bond, a bond ne'er to be riven. Whene'er we give great William's name, a bumper must be given. For if you'd fire a fou de joie to him who victory won, come prime and load and see you give charge unto your gun. The eloquence of bumpers full there's nothing can surpass. There's naught expresses kindred soul like friendship's social glass. And thus we give our song and toast with 3 times 3 huzzah, the memory of King William and his landing at Torbay. The memory of King William and his landing at Torbay.